another healthcare facility so I can get my CAT scan today. It's 8 o'clock. We're late. I'm waiting on Mike. I'm in the car. I'm ready. This always happens, okay? I'm ready, waiting on the man. So, oh, here we go. We're going to have to do 80 to get there. Thanks, Mike. Everyone, right. We're here. We're late. Mike, we're here and we're late. I'm not going to say, no, it was your fault. No, I was already in the car. It's already documented and they saw it.
I woke her
up. Okay, guys, so
6.
we're here. That's the hospital in the back. We're about to go in. I am going to get my contrast CAT scan. So I'm going to go in and get this done. Okay, guys. So we came here. Apparently, there's been a mix-up on locations. So we spent like 20 minutes in there trying to figure it all out. I guess they wanted me to figure it out. Like, I don't get paid for that. So we're going to go to another location where they sent us. They're going to squeeze us in. It's supposed to be, the appointment's supposed to be at 11:45 or whatever. But everything's mixed up from what the procedure is supposed to be to locations and times. So starting off on a rough note so far. So we're at the new place. We came in and I don't know if y'all can hear me, but thank goodness for the lady that came from the back, because the place that we left from scheduled us for tomorrow. It's just been a hot mess this morning. Supposed to be getting my CT scan with the contrast. That was a whole big thing at the other clinic I was at. Apparently they didn't get the directions with or without contrast, so it was a big deal. And so we're here, and I'm hungry. It's been hours. I haven't eaten since yesterday.
This is Don. He knows us well. He's a superhero.
I hate coming to places and they want me to be there early and they can't keep their appointments. So that's where we're at. Okay, so I'll give y'all an update a little later. Okay. All right. Hey, everybody. I'm back. So I went to have my CT scan with the contrast. And I don't wish that upon my worst enemy. It was horrible for me. I cried. I was in major discomfort. I had a panic attack. I was hyperventilating, and I just kept saying, this was not supposed to happen to me. This was not supposed to happen to me. I can't believe this is happening to me. My husband said he heard me yelling and crying all the way in the lobby. He was concerned. Many people were concerned. They came to see about me. Let me describe to you what I felt, how I felt. So, the gentleman came out. He told me to change into the gown. He gave me a blanket. He told me to keep my underwear on. Oh, I went back into the little waiting area with my husband. He came back and he was like, "Are you ready?" I said, "Yes, I'm hungry. I'm famished. I am ready." I'm sort of excited because I'm like, I'm just almost there. I'm almost there to see if I can get a reversal. I can put this behind me now. Like, I'm almost there. And we get into the room, and it had the CAT scan machine, which you go through, and the little bed area was made out. It was really nice. And he was like, okay, you know, this is what's about to happen. And so he started explaining to me that I was to pull my underwear down to my ankles and then turn to my side. And then he showed me the instrument that he was going to insert into my rectal area. And I was a little confused. And he saw my confusion on my face, and he said, well, ma'am, your doctor didn't explain this to you. And I was like, no, I thought I was going to have an IV, and you guys were going to put the, dye through my IV. And I thought I was going to go into the CAT scanner machine, and that was pretty much going to be it. And he was like, oh, no, ma'am, this is a whole different process. We're not doing it that way. So he showed me an instrument, and he said, you're going to get the contrast, but the contrast has to go, and this is just an example. It wasn't quite this big. We're going to take this part off, and we're just going to say that the instrument, it was plastic. It was about this long. It was about that long. And it had another, to hold it, it has the tubing on the end. And what else do I remember? Oh, so there was a sink, and then there was a bag. It looked like an IV bag. It was a clear liquid, and he said, so this is going to be inserted into your rectal area. It's gonna make you feel a little cramped up. You're gonna feel a little uncomfortable, but that's fine. I started shaking. I was trembling. I was just a loss for words. And so I think he saw the anxiety. And he said, ma'am, do you need me to go and get your husband? Are you okay? And I was like, no, I'm not okay. And he just kept apologizing. He was like, ma'am, I'm so sorry they didn't explain all of this to you. This is the reason why I don't go on YouTube channels to find out what a procedure is before I actually have the procedure. I think just not knowing helps me better than seeing it 5 or 6 days prior, and it's just lingering on my mind what's about to happen to me. Even though I had a panic attack and I was hyperventilating and crying uncontrollably, in the back of my mind, I knew that this had to be done. And my husband, he stood there and he held my hands, and he was comforting me, and he just kept saying, honey, this has to be done for us to get on that other side. This has to be done. I just need you to calm down. I know this is hard, but I really want you to get this done so we can get to the other side. And I did it. It was very uncomfortable, very. I laid there. He told me to turn on my right side. He had lube. I just remember my doctor yesterday was saying something about telling him to use lube. I didn't get it then. I was under anesthesia. But now that I think back, oh, so that's what he meant when he said the lube joke. He was telling me he was going to insert, the object into my rectal area, and I was going to feel discomfort. And I just told him to move slowly. And then when he got that part over, he was like, now you're going to feel like a balloon that is blowed up. And I was like, okay, how hard could that be? A balloon? Hey, you know. And yeah. Yeah. So after it got past my rectal area, it was like it was in and it was like a balloon. And I think it did that to keep it from coming out or sliding out or what have you. I don't know. But just picture a balloon being blown up here, okay? So then he was like, now you're going to feel pressure. And that's the contrast being inserted. You're gonna feel like a crampy feeling. I'm like, oh wow, it gets worse. Okay. So I felt that, and then he just told me, just tell me when to stop, and then we can go and proceed with the, the CAT scan. So, I was like, okay, let's just stop right here. I was just out, y'all. I was so just drawn up and just so. My shoulders were hurting. I was just so drawn up, and I was just so uptight, and I was just crying and crying and crying. He said, okay, well, try to turn on your back, lay on your back now. And I'm thinking, okay, if I lay on my back, then this thing that's in my rectum is gonna go further in. So I didn't even make it on my back. I pretty much did it on my side. I did the best that I could with what I had. I cried and cried, and I just kept saying, why me? This wasn't supposed to happen to me. Yeah. So he came up to me and he was like, okay, you're all finished. And he said, well, let me go and get your husband. I know you're upset. And I just, the same order that he put everything in, it came out in that order. But it was very painful. In my opinion, when it was coming out, it felt sharp. I don't know. Maybe it was because of the fluid from the contrast or whatever and coming out, but it felt sharp. I don't know. So, and yeah, my husband came in and he was like, I'm like, so sorry you had to go through that. And yeah, it was, today was very, very difficult. We're just now getting home. So I was like, let me, document and give everyone an update on what happened today. Yeah, wasn't a good day for me at all. It would have helped if maybe they would have told me, but maybe they didn't tell me, because my doctor does know that, I have anxiety and things like that. But to find out at the last minute like that, I just felt kind of cornered and my back was against the wall, but I knew it had to be done. Now, my only concern is I hope that the images that were taken today were good enough for the doctor, because I wasn't in mind space. I wasn't there. I was very drawn up and tight. I wasn't on my back like the nurse had asked. And I'm not even sure if he got enough contrast in to even get a good image. So we'll find out. He said the doctor will get everything in about 2 days, so we'll find out. And I'm glad I didn't watch a video about that, because I don't even know if I would have showed up this morning. I'll keep you guys on the up and up. When I get the results back, I've been trying to make an appointment with my doctor, but the phones have been super busy. I haven't been able to get through all day. So I'm going to try to make an appointment with my doctor so he can discuss with me, what he found, the results and everything. And as soon as I find out, you guys will find out. So just stay tuned, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.